Well, we want to take some time to bring it on with the email questions you've submitted. Pat, this first one is from Joy, who says, we have a small business, and at this point, it's still a struggle financially. We're thinking of selling lottery tickets to add additional revenue. My question is it a sin to sell lottery tickets?
Joy, it's a sin for you because you're asking me for an advice. I can't say that for every state that sells lottery that all the people involved are sinners. But I think gambling, in a sense, is the wrong way to make money. And I think that so many people are hooked on the notion of get rich quick, and so they waste all kinds of money on lottery tickets. And the odds of winning are just astronomically against you. So I don't think you ought to be selling lottery tickets. The Lord can give you ways of making money, okay?
Okay, this is Pete, who says, I understand that Paul talks about not worrying about eating meat sacrificed to idols, but meat, quote, offered up through halal is more than just idol meat. I believe a portion of those monies collected are then sent back to support jihadist organizations and feel we should not purchase such items. But I'm seeing the halal brand symbol appear more and more on American products. What gives? Is this a part of political correctness gone awry? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, the halal concept is you face the animal toward Mecca, then you slit his throat. So you say, all right, that's halal. So far, no problem. It's like kosher. That's okay. But our research shows, and our team has discovered, that a portion of all the profits from these halal butcheries is going to the Muslim Brotherhood. So it's not a question of religion. It's a question of where does the money go. So if you buy halal food, you're sending money to the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood, in turn, supports Hamas and, Islamic Jihad, some of these other things. Well, not that, but Hamas particularly, and other radical organizations. So that's the danger. All right.
This is Lisa, Pat, who says, my daughter recently purchased an amber teething necklace for our 8-month-old grandson. It's supposed to help with the pain and fussiness associated with teething. However, since the purchase, I've noticed that my grandson seems different. The sparkle in his eyes is gone, and something is just not right, although I can't really put my finger on it. I know that there are some of these crystals and stones used in wrong spiritual practices, but there were also stones in the breastplates of the 12 tribes. So my question is, do you think there could be spiritual attachments to these beads that are affecting the baby whose little spirit is innocent, pure, and open? Can something bad use these beads to enter and hurt him, or are they innocent and have a certain medicinal value that's not dangerous?
Neither one is correct. If you've been in St. Petersburg, they have what they call the Amber Room. It was a famous room that was filled with amber. You get in there, there's an enormous amount of heat that's come off. The amber is the distillation of sap from these various trees over the years, and in it, the beads are very beautiful.
They're beautiful, really.
But I don't think there's any spiritual connotation, but if a little kid is sucking on these things, he may be getting poisoned. It's not meant as a teething ring, so I think that's your problem. But all the New Age stuff about amber is nonsense, but that's where they come in.
Gosh, there's so many other choices to give
beautiful.
a child.
You've seen that amber over there.
Oh, well, Ukraine has a lot of it. In fact, they actually do pictures in amber with.
Well, it's beautiful stuff.
Beautiful.
But I think it's the sap. It goes way back. I mean, sometimes hundreds of thousands of years, and you see some where they've caught little insects.
Yes, I was just going to say.
So I mean, it's
quite interesting.
Forget all the New Age stuff. But if the kid is sucking on amber, he's probably getting sick. All right, what else?
This is Cheryl, who says, how do I restore God's will in my life? Last year, I quit my job at a local TV station, and now I feel like I'm living outside of God's will for my life. Ever since I quit my job, I've been unable to find a job or keep a job. I am always 1 month away from eviction. I also had breast cancer last year. How do I get God to restore his will for my life? At times, I feel like he's abandoned me. Where is he? I pray and ask that he please restore me, but I always wind up on the verge of eviction. Currently, I have no money coming in, but when I do have money, I tithe.
Cheryl, the thing to do, you apparently got out of God's will when you quit your job. You didn't ask him. You made a major life decision, and I don't think you prayed it through. So the best thing to do is to go back to where your job was and say, listen, is there any chance you could use a videographer or whatever you did and see if you can't get that job back? But God's not going to beat you up because you quit your job and went someplace else. God isn't that kind of person. But you might ask him, say, Lord, I missed you. I went astray, and I wasn't listening. You know, the Bible indicates you'll hear a voice in your ear when you turn to the right or the left saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. You just didn't pray it through, that's all. But God's still with you. You just don't have a job on a TV station, that's all. That isn't the worst thing to happen to somebody. All right.
Thank you for your questions. We appreciate hearing from you, and we just want to encourage you to continue to let us know what you'd like to know.